day, ma'am. My name is Aiswit P. Gaberdas from Section Alpha. Today, I will discuss about forensic chemistry. So first, let us define what is forensic chemistry. Forensic chemistry refers to the branch of chemistry that deals with application of chemical theories and principles in the solution of legal problems in relation to the administration of justice. Then we have also forensic science is the application of science and technology in criminal investigation. So, what is the connection between two? They are different or not? So, forensic science has many branches like forensic photography, forensic ballistic, question documents, or etc. So, therefore, forensic chemistry is under with the forensic science. So, next we have forensic chemistry. What is really forensic chemistry? So, when we say forensic chemistry, I said earlier that it is one of the branch of forensic science. In the sense that in forensic chemistry, this is where we study the chemicals as applied to criminal investigation. So, how it works? So, for example, Juan raped Maria. And while raping Maria, the semen of Juan left on the floor where the crime happened or the crime scene. Then the semen of Juan will be examined or will undergo forensic chemistry, because in forensic chemistry this is where you will know that if Juan really committed the crime. So if the semen matched to Juan, so therefore Juan really committed the crime. So that is how it works. So next we have a history of forensic chemistry. So knowing the history or the past of forensic chemistry, how it was established or formed, is very important. So here are the history, or this is the history of forensic chemistry. So it started with the use of poisons by ancient Egyptian, Greeks, and Romans. Then next, this is the when that time Democritus considered as father of modern science and probably first to study poison. Then poisoning used as methods of murder and execution, and Socrates sentenced to death by drinking hemlock. Then arsenic so widely spread during this time by 82 BC. Then in 1752, the first actual chemical was developed, and 1836 Marsh test was developed. Then there are persons that contributes or has contributions in forensic science. So first we have Jean Servias Estas, a Belgian chemist, and successfully identified vegetable poisons in the body. Then next we have Christian Friedrich Esconvent developed tests for blood and first reliable method for identifying human blood in 1863. Then next we have Isaac Van Den developed another test for the presence of blood at the same time. Then next we have James Marsh, who invented the test for arsenic. Then Next, we have the Locard exchange principle. So when we say Locard exchange principle, the one that we will think is every contact leaves a trace by Edmond Locard. So from that phrase, it means that criminal always have some sort of evidence at the scene of their crimes, regardless of where they go or what they do. So, meaning to say that even the expert criminals, they leave a trace or an evidence that will establish their identity. So that's it. Then next we have Matthew Orfella. So Matthew Orfella or Matthew Joseph Bonaventure Orfella is regarded as father of modern toxicology. So why he's considered as father of modern toxicology? Because he was the author of the first scientific work on poison detection and its effect on criminal. So the treatise Poison, a book that helped forensic toxicology recognize field of study. Then next we have Sir Francis Galton, has the first scientific book on fingerprinting in 1832. And because of this book, he developed a system wherein a precise pattern of a set of prints, and it has three main patterns, namely loops, whorls, and arches, that can be used to identify and convict criminals. But before it only on racial characteristic and heredity. Then next we have a crime laboratory, or we call that CrimLab for short. And what it is? So it is a scientific laboratory that uses forensic science for the purpose of examining evidence from criminal cases, meaning all evidence that needs examination must be gathered to determine if that evidence match the suspect's identity. So for instance, Pedro has store and Ria commits a crime in his store or theft. And Ria happened to touch the doorknob and there is a fingerprint. This fingerprint helps the police or the NBI to prove that she is the one who did the crime. So, by submitting it to the crime laboratory, they will know that Ria commit the theft or commit a crime in Pedro's store. Then next, we have forensic chemist. So, forensic chemist is a professional chemist who analyzes evidence from the crime scene and derives a conclusion based on the test undertaking such evidence. So, in crime laboratory, there is a forensic science that should analyze the evidence on the crime scene. And after analyzing that, they will make a conclusion that this evidence proves that the suspect is the one who made the crime. Then forensic chemist's function is to identify and analyze the evidence. Then the practice of forensic chemistry in the Philippines, same with other countries, there is a law that that covered to it. We call it Republic Act 754, also known as Chemistry Law. It states here that the registered chemist is any person who engaged in the professional practice of chemistry and is duly registered with the Board of Chemistry and Professional Regulation Commission. There are four stages in practice of forensic chemistry. So first we have stage 1, collection and reception of the specimen. So from the word collect, meaning it is the proper collection, handling, and packaging of a specimen before an analysis can be started. Then we have also reception, meaning receiving of the specimen by entering the logbook. Then next we have actual examination. So meaning the conduct of various examination produces for different specimens. Then next we have the third one, report writing of the results. So from the word report, meaning this is where they write what they do to the specimen. Then next we have step 4, court appearance, final stage, wherein the chemist explain to the court about the specimen that collected. And next we have in order to be qualified to become a forensic chemist as a witness, you should meet the following. We call ET or ETE. E stands for education, meaning one must be a licensed registered chemist, preferably with a master's degree or PhD. So meaning to say, if you have met this education, education or qualification, you are qualified to be an expert witness. But it doesn't mean you have education, but you should have also the T, training. So training, undergo trainings and seminars in the field of forensic. So meaning to say you have education or knowledge. Your education or knowledge should be trained. Then next we have the E. What is E? So the E is experience, meaning to say one must have hands-on experience involving laboratory principles and must know how to answer court inquiries about chemistry law. So these three are connected in the sense that you should have license that you are registered chemist. The next training. Then next we have experience. So meaning to say your knowledge will be applied. So I can put here the quotes that I read. So it states that knowledge is useless without application. So I can relate it to these three because you cannot go with the experience without the training, and without training, without education, you should not go to the training. So these three are connected, and that's the qualifications that you should meet in order to become as an expert witness or forensic chemist as an expert witness. Then next we have the golden rules in practice of forensic chemistry. So there are 6 rules in golden rules. So first we have the go slowly. So from the word slowly, meaning regardless of how urgent it may seem or how important the outcome may be to others, give the case all the time you need to accomplish it. Then next we have be thorough. Make a thorough, investigation of everything, and if a quantitative analysis is possible, use it instead of setting for a qualitative one. It always pays to do too much work than not enough, and it can be impossible to predict in what will be needed in the court. Then next we have the take notes. So from the word notes, you should write everything that you will do in chronological order in order to know what is lacking and what steps uh, you don't you don't do. Then next we have consult others. You should not rely on your own knowledge. You can ask other experts to give you an idea or advice on what to do if you feel difficulty in doing that. Then next we have number 5, use imagination. So imagination is very harmful but also can help you because by doing this you can figure out what is lacking and what will be the results. Then avoid complicated theories. One theory with simple explanation is better than many theories. And that's the 6 golden rules and practice of forensic chemistry. Now go slowly, be thorough, take notes, consult others, use imagination, and avoid complicated theories. And that's all. Thank you, ma'am, for listening. This is the end of chapter 1.